I recognize that times have changed since I first spoke to this convention. Times have changed, and so have I. I'm no longer just a candidate. I'm the president.
That was President Obama last night talking in Charlotte, North Carolina, addressing the Democrats. That was one of the most tweeted moments of last night. We'll discuss why right here, right now on Digits. Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Simon Constable, and Rubina Fillion joins us now after a late night watching that speech. Thank you very much for being here. One of the most tweeted moments, that particular moment, we can pinpoint that.
Exactly. It got about 43,000 tweets regarding just the moment I'm the president. Yeah. And you can compare that to the end of the speech, which got about 52,000 tweets related to it. And that was quite a bit more than you would expect compared to, say, President Clinton, which got about 22,000 tweets during that speech at the peak per minute. And
now, he was up against some major football games, so we might want to give him a break there in case his ego is a little bit bruised. But carry on.
And you can also compare that to Michelle Obama's speech, got about 28,000 tweets per minute. And basically, when you look at those three speeches, they were much higher than the Republican National Convention.
Now, part of that has to do with demographics of the Twitter user base. So tell us about that.
So when you look at Twitter's the people who actually use Twitter, about 60% or more of them are female. And that's generally the kind of base that Obama appeals to. Among women, Obama has about a 10 percentage point lead. And among young people, he also has a 10 percentage point lead among people under than 35.
And does the Twitter user base skew young?
It does. About, I believe, half of users are under 35, and about 2/3 of users on Twitter are under 45. Okay, so it does skew young.
Quite young. So can we draw too much conclusion from the fact that President Obama got many more tweets than, say, Mitt Romney, or is that just, do we have to adjust that for demographics?
I think you definitely have to adjust it for demographics. The people who are more likely to vote for Obama are also more likely to be on Twitter. So it's not necessarily a gauge of how well they're doing in terms of overall polls. You know, they might be in a statistical dead heat while Obama is doing much better on Twitter and Facebook.
And he's also president, and he's a sitting president right now, and he is also a great orator. I mean, whether or not one agrees with his ideas, I mean, most people acknowledge, even Paul Ryan this morning, I heard him talking, saying, yeah, the president is a great orator, and he is.
That's correct. I still think that doesn't quite account for how much more tweets Obama got. If you look at the numbers, Obama got 4 times as many tweets per minute as Mitt Romney at their peak.
4 times as many, so 4 to 1. So if Obama got 10,000 at one moment, then that would have been it's 2,500. So 9.5 million at the DNC, 4 million at the RNC. That's the total tweets for the conventions. So that's about twice as much there for the DNC. But Obama personally 4 times as many.
Exactly. And if you look at Facebook, the trend was the same. It was a little bit less skewed, but Obama got about 3 times as many mentions on the night of his speech on Facebook as Mitt Romney did on the night of his speech.
Now, is that the demographic thing with Facebook users? Are they the same as Twitter users, or is there more of a gender mix that's more even with Facebook?
There's more gender parity on Facebook. It's about 55% female versus 60% female for Twitter. However, Facebook also is also skewing a little bit older. So when you skew a little older, you might also have more conservative people in the mix as well.
Interesting stuff, fascinating stuff. I'm sure you'll be having a restful weekend after having worked very hard this week. Thank you very much, Rubina Fillion, social media editor here at the Wall Street Journal.